A pleasant day, everyone. We are the first group and we're here to discuss our topic, which is the internal assessment. Under the internal assessment, we're going to discuss the key internal forces, the process of performing an internal audit, and the SWOT analysis. Key internal forces. The key internal forces are the internal resources of the company, such as the management, marketing, finance and accounting, production and operations, research and development, and management information system. So we're gonna talk about the distinctive competencies. Basically, distinctive competencies is defined as a firm's strength that cannot be duplicated or easily imitated by the other companies. So this is the primary goal of the different organization is for them to have distinctive competencies because it can gain them the different competitive advantage they want. The pioneer or the approach that the internal assessment leans on is the resource-based view or RVP. So the resource-based view basically believes that the internal resources of the company is much more important than the external factors that or the environment that the company lives in because of how it can affect the decision of the organization and how the organization runs. So it also deals with the organizational culture of the company, where basically it is the beliefs, the values, the ceremonies, that the company leans on that influences its strategic formulation, implementation, and evaluation activities.
Hi, this is Jai. So let's talk about the process of internal audit.
So what is internal audit? Internal auditing is an independent, objective assurance and consulting activity designed to add value and improve organizations' operations. It evaluates a company's internal control, including its corporate governance and accounting process. The role of internal audit is to provide independent assurance that an organization risk management, governance, and internal control process are operating effectively. So what are internal auditors responsible for? Routine internal audits ensures that the company has the ability to survive in a competitive business environment and continue to prosper. To effective, the internal audit activity must have qualified, skilled, and experienced people who can work in accordance with the Code of Ethics and international standards. Auditors do this by monitoring, analyzing, and assessing the risks and controls of the organization, reviewing the organization's compliance with policies and laws, and making reassurance and recommendations to the company's owner. So now, how internal audit different from external audit? So in general, internal audit helps to improve companies from the inside. The word itself, internal. While external audit ensures that what they present to the outside reflects what really happened. And now let's proceed to the types of internal audit. So there are 5 types of internal audits. The first one is related to the compliance audits, which evaluate compliance with applicable laws, regulations, policies, and procedures. Some of these regulations may have a significant impact on the company's financial well-being. And the second one is operational audits, which assess the organization's control mechanism for their overall efficiency and reliability. The third one is performance audit, which evaluate whether the organization is meeting the metrics set by the management in order to achieve the goals and objectives set forth by the board of directors. Fourth is information technology audits, which may evaluate information system and underlying security infrastructure. And for the last type of internal audit includes environmental audits, which assess the impact of company's operations on the environment. Now let's proceed to the internal audit process. An internal audit should have four general phases of activities, which include planning, fieldwork, reporting, and follow-up. For the planning, the auditor informs the client about the upcoming audit, holds a formal meeting with management to define the examination scope and goals, collects information on crucial processes, assess existing controls, and maps out the subsequent audit steps. The next is fieldwork, which involves executing the audit plan. This typically entails interviewing key staff to verify their understanding on process and controls, scrutinizing pertinent documents, testing controls for sample size over a specific time frame, documenting the work done, and pinpointing any suggestions for improvement. Third process is reporting, which encompasses the creation of an internal audit report. This involves drafting the report, reviewing it with management for accuracy, and then issuing and circulating the final report. And for the last process is the follow-up, which involves ensuring that the recommendations are implemented by relevant process owners and overseeing the company's progress in addressing findings identified by internal audit through board oversight.
Anyways, SWOT analysis. So what is SWOT analysis?
Yung SWOT analysis, isa siyang strategic planning tool na ginagamit para ma-identify at ma-analyze yung strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats ng organization. Yung SWOT analysis, nakakatulong siya to understand yung internal at external factors na makakatulong sa success at growth ng isang entity. So, ang una ay strengths. At ito naman yung mga common questions para ma-identify yung strengths. Una, what do you do well? Yung strengths, yun yung mga magagandang bagay sa company na wala sa kanyang mga competitors. In short, yun yung advantages ng isang company sa kanyang competitors. Pangalawa, what unique resources can you draw on? Dito naman, hina-highlight kung ano yung pinaka-unique sa isang company that makes them stand out. Isa sa mga strengths kasi, yung pagiging kakaiba. Yung isa sa mga paraan para makakilala ang isang brand or company. For example, pagdating sa mga chocolate, katulad ng Toblerone, parang sa lahat ng chocolate brands na kilala o sikat, parang Toblerone lang yung nag-offer ng chocolate na triangle yung shape. Unique yung brand o company na Toblerone to the point na pag dinugel mo yung triangle na chocolate, ang unang lalabas na picture sa Google is Toblerone. So yun, nakakatulong yung uniqueness sa pag-angat ng company. Pagkatapos ng strengths, weaknesses naman. Yung weaknesses, ito yung nagpapabagal ng progress ng isang company para maging successful. So ito yung mga questions to consider. 1. What could you improve? Yung weaknesses, pwedeng nasa people, like for example, lack of skills, yung negative attitude, at yung mababang productivity ng isang employee. Number 2, where do you have fewer resources than others? Pwedeng yung company kinukulang sa funding o kaya pwedeng outdated yung kanilang mga technology na makakapagpabagal sa operation ng company. Sunod sa weaknesses ay opportunities. At ito yung mga questions to consider para ma-identify yung opportunities. Una, what opportunities are open to you? Ano yung mga naiisip po na new chances para mag-grow or improve yung business mo? Like for example, mga bagong products na pwedeng i-offer para makatarget ng mga bagong customers. Number 2, what trends could you take advantage of? Pag-identify sa kung ano yung patok sa market sa panahon ngayon. Pwedeng changes in technology o kaya kung ano yung gusto ng mga tao ngayon. Tungkol sa opportunities is threats. At ito yung mga common questions to consider. Number 1, what threats could harm you? Yung pag-identify ng mga possible na negative impact sa business na outside ng control. Like for example, natural disaster, mga regulation, at economic downturn. Number 2, what is your competition doing? Titingnan mo din yung competitors mo. Baka nagre-release sila ng mga bagong product or baka ini-improve nila yung kanilang services.
And that's it for our presentation. We hope you learned something. Bye!